Check this title out. Just check it out. And this is coming from Variety, so this ain't no clickbait. Taika Waititi had no interest in directing a Marvel movie, took Thor Ragnarok because he was poor, and it was a great opportunity to feed his kids. Okay, you probably reading that, you like, what? All right. Yeah. The Oscar winner said he originally accepted Ragnarok gig for money. This is what he says. You know what? I had no interest in doing one of these films. It wasn't on my plan for my career. He says he was poor. He just had a second child. And he said this would be a great opportunity. He said in Thor, let's face it, it was probably the least popular franchise. I never read Thor comics as a kid. Okay, right here for me, I don't give a fuck who you are. And this is just me personally. You're going into a product for a character that is very prominent, very valuable. Yes, this may cap some people out, but imagine that statement. This person never read this shit. That was the comic I'd pick up and be like, ugh. And then I did some research on it and I read one Thor comic or 18 pages or however long they are. I was still baffled by this character. Okay. I was right. This chair does not spin. Shout out Razor Fist. This is like, I got one of these wrestling chairs, the ones you fold and hit people over the head with. I don't think they even do that anymore. Pussies. Nonetheless, how many times over the years have you heard me say this? They bring people in who want to advance their careers. They are not bringing people in that care about this stuff. How many videos did I mention this? They don't know the source material. They don't even care about the source material. In some ways, Taika, he's told you, he'll ruin your lore, baby. That's what he said. The same, Taika Waititi's not the only one like that. So if you want to say they were cast to be in these roles, that's whatever. I don't care. This is my argument. An argument that I've been making. I don't care as much now because I got my own projects that I'm working on. So it's like, it's more apathy. It's more economic. It's more, how do we learn from this, guys? With a property like Marvel freaking Comics, let me say this. There's no shortage of people that can write and direct. None. That will be willing to do this work, that understand the characters like the back of their hands and can write new stories or especially accurately adapt stories that have already been wrote for you. No shortage. Same can be said for all this other properties like the Star Wars and all that stuff of the world. It's the same exact thing. They're not bringing people in that care about this stuff. They don't. And maybe it's to check a box. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's that. Whatever the reason may be, the fact of the matter is these people don't know this material. They don't know it. They don't understand it. And those are not the best people for the job. I don't give a crap what race or sexuality or gender or where they came from, what they directed before. None of that matters. That's irrelevant. They're not going to be the best person for this gig if they don't know the characters, bro. It's so obvious. But especially, this isn't like some new property, bro. This isn't some property that you just conceptualize and then you can get any director that maybe has some experience doing something in that genre to do it. That's not what it is that we're dealing with. We're dealing with the property that predates this guy by several decades. It's mountains and mountains of source material. People know who the character is. They understand who it is they are. They understand how the relationship with other characters that are also existing within this universe. It's a layup. You just get people that understand it. But that's not what it is they do. And there's always these excuses being made as to why they can't do it. That's hogwash. It's not an excuse. It's just they don't want to fill people in those positions. It was like James Gunn. Was it James Gunn Suicide Squad? Not Suicide Squad. I guess it was in the Suicide Squad, but it was Peacemaker. He freaking tells John Cena, hey, John, don't go read the comics. And I don't care. There's going to be someone that says, well, I kind of liked it. You don't know the character, so that's fine. When you have no frame of reference, I guess that's where James Gunn thrives. This is why some people really like the Guardians, even though I look at the Guardians and I'm like, yeah, that ain't Drax. Never mind it. And maybe that can work some cases with maybe more obscure characters. I disagree, but neither here nor there. Thor is not that. You got Norse mythology and you got the character in the actual universe of Marvel. There's no obscurity there. And instead of bringing people on that make sense, you bring people on that just flat out admit it was just another gig for me. Alpha Core #1's pre-order is live. Written by the legendary Chuck Dixon and penciled by Joe Bennett. Visit Rippaverse.com to grab a copy and any of the merchandise items. Be sure to also check out the animated trailer for the campaign, which is the latest project from Rippaverse Studios. Y'all be easy.